I think generally speaking, yes. I think if people identify to a certain genre of music, you're going to find that whatever the culture of that music, yeah, it will define you as a person. Sure, you know, if I'm listening to heavy metal music and I'm from Seattle, I'll probably dress appropriately to show that I really like that. That's my culture. That's where I fit in. That's where I find my voice, right? So yeah, I think that yeah, that the music will define who you are. It'll also define your peer group. It's the station, it's the radio you listen to, it's the music you buy, it's what you do to relax, it's where you go to eat, because that's the music that's playing there, and it's cool. It's everywhere.
I think it can say something about social groups. So if you like a lot of pop music, then maybe you hang out with a lot of teenage girls. If you like a lot of really ravey techno music, maybe you're a big like rave fan or something.
Are you a rave fan?
No. So that's why I'm hesitant to say that, because from the movies I've seen with the dubstep in it, it's always like kind of weird people and like druggy like people listening to this dubstep, and I don't think that's the kind of person I am. I don't think that music can always reflect a person's personality, but it can reflect social groups or peer groups.
No. It can be, I guess, but not necessarily. I mean, it's something I'm really self-conscious about because I know that people judge each other on it. Like, I really hate playing my music in front of people. Like, a lot. But I don't think it is. Like, I don't judge people based on, like, oh, you like dubstep? I hate you. Or, like, you like rap music? You're a disgusting human being. Like, it's just dumb. Like, it's not a reflection. It's just what their ears like. And that doesn't mean you have to like the same music.
I think it's a good reflection of what they've experienced to some extent. I mean, certainly, I think there's a lot of music, fantastic music that I've never heard. And that's why I wouldn't tell you, oh, I love this, because I've never even heard it. And the same way as I think there's a lot of people who've never listened to a lot of other kinds of music. Same as, for example, like because I have spent a lot of my time doing classical music, there's a lot of fabulous classical pieces. But if you haven't had the opportunity really to listen to a lot of classical music or any classical music, you're probably not going to say you love it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's kind of complicated, so even at first, if you've only heard just a teeny little bit, sometimes you need to hear something that's got more depth to it more times or experience, be around it a lot more. But I also think your tastes can contribute to kind of who you are too, like what you listen to can affect you. It's never one simple formula, but it certainly tells you something of a person if they tell you my favorite music is country and western. You think, oh, okay, that's somebody has probably a certain kind of social life, maybe even, or kind of friends, the kinds of things they do. It tells you something about a person if they say classical music is my favorite. It certainly doesn't tell me everything about you, but it tells me something.
This is a good question. Yeah, I think it can be really different for anybody. Like, I think it's different for each person. And I think we're drawn to different music for different reasons, right? And what you have on your playlist that you can share with your friends might be different from what you would play at home by yourself, right? So, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of stereotypes about that and generalizations. Generally, I don't let that affect my opinion if someone likes classical music or like hip-hop or heavy metal. It moreover reflects their phase of life, I think.
Somebody who's listening to gangster rap, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're, a wannabe criminal or that they don't respect women or, like various, whatever the stereotype is. But I think it does tell you that sentiment resonates with them at that time and place. It does tell you how they want to be perceived. Now, it doesn't tell you how they got to that place. Why is it that that's why they want to be perceived? So I think there's a lot more to the story, and I think, you can never judge a person based on any one factor. But I think if you were trying to get a picture of a person, that's certainly one factor I would look at.
jump straight to